Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Megan Miller,
And this is Joe Smith.
and we're back for Wheel Decide Wednesday. We are getting lower on options on our wheel. So if anyone has ideas, feel free to let us know. I can't remember if I updated this or not. So we're just going to spin it and see what happens.
That's what happens when we take 2 weeks off.
I know, right?
It just takes a little bit.
We did this one last
time,
time, didn't we? Favorite childhood memory. See, I should
yeah.
have updated it.
That's the
Liz
only
is
one
like,
I've
yes.
ever done. So no, I
All
can't
right,
do
hold
this.
on. Let me update it real quick. Yeah, Joe was so eager to participate. He like texted me last week and he's like, I'm not going to be able to join tonight. And I was like, good, because we're not doing it tonight. I'm on the Buckeye cruise.
Told me, but I was like,
I'm at a VIP party with all the Buckeye players like Zach Boren and JJ Sullinger and Ryan Shazier.
I'm so jealous. I love Ryan.
I haven't posted my pictures yet though.
I have his jersey. Like out of all the Steelers jerseys I could get, that's the one that I chose to get, just because he will always be a Steelers. His outlook on life is great, and then also just his story. I just love his story.
Yeah. All right. So our topic tonight is 2021 conferences. I'm pretty sure we didn't do this one yet. So if we did, we're doing it again. So Joe and I will each talk about 2021 conferences, and then Liz and Jean, if either of you want to share, anyone that's watching on Facebook Live, feel free to share as well. Joe, do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Yeah, let me get back into the swing of things. So of course, we're going to be talking for 2 minutes and 30 seconds each about this topic. So let me go ahead and start my timer right now. All right, so for 2021 conferences, I am looking for these conferences to be in person this year. I'm so ready to start collaborating with others and be in person for conferences again. I just feel like you get so much more out of being in person than you do just being at home on a computer screen, sitting on a couch. Because I get distracted very quickly at home. So I'm looking for conferences in person. The first conference that I know that I definitely am planning on going to, as long as everything works out, is FABA. That will be my first in-person conference since 2019, which is awesome. But I'm looking forward to that, and also really being able to be a part of that a little bit more. So looking forward to that in the hot weather. Other conferences I haven't looked so far in, into deeply, just because I'm just busy. And then between now until the end of this year is very up in the air, because it really just depends on what happens with foster care. Because we had our last interview with our mutual family assessor, and now all we have to do is wait for the committee to decide to approve us or not approve us. And then that will dictate, yeah, it is super exciting. And then that will dictate like what we can do and how often. So, but we're super excited, and it's totally a good reason why not to plan more conferences right now.
Yeah.
And let's see here, how many more minutes? My time is up.
Perfect. We have Vicky and Lisa. So my mom and Lisa are on our Facebook Live. Hello. Neither of them, I don't think my mom's going to chime in on what conferences she's looking forward to attending. Lisa said Couch to Camp has taught me to love online conferencing. So yeah, it's wild to think we were like the first ones last year in 2020 to do something like that. And now that's like all we've had. We're all like, let's get back to in-person, please. All right, let me set my timer real quick. It's been a while since I've had to pull this thing up.
Computer slow, Megan.
Huh?
Your computer slow too.
No, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm
Okay.
just saying your computer slow because like it's taking you a while to like boot back up.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. So yes, I'm super looking forward to FABA at the end of September. It's in Miami this year. We submitted a panel. I don't know if it'll get accepted or not, but we submitted a panel on parenting, and we submitted another panel on the where the white men are. So I don't know if either of them will get accepted, but I really hope they do. But it's going to be a great time. And then obviously I'm super excited for the in-person couch to camp in October. So we're going to Bryn Mawr in the Poconos. Liz is coming. Jean, I can't remember if you're registered for that or not.
No,
Been
I
so
didn't
long.
register.
Okay.
I'm too afraid.
We'll miss you. You're afraid? What are you afraid of?
Oh, you
Like,
guys.
What? We would love to see you there. That's silly. But you're on all this stuff all the time. I feel like we know you so well. But we're gonna have lots of fun. It's going to be it's I think a great experience for people in terms of like being able to get back in person, but it's not the boring typical conference talks all the time. We're going to be doing a lot of fun activities and then also some professional development. And then in line with that too, I'm working with we're sponsoring Sarah and Carol with Defy are hosting an event in Arizona in November. Well, yeah, November, I think at the very beginning of November. And it's similar concept. It's a retreat. It's going to be focused on like more of like the burnout self-care. It'll have BACB CEs, but it's not your typical conference. And we're the sponsor for that. So we'll have a few things we're doing there, and I'm presenting at that one. So I'm super excited about that. And then, oh my gosh, y'all, I need to like type this all up. I have something else in September that I can't remember. I'm presenting that same week on Friday. There's like all this stuff in that first week of November. I'm presenting for the Atlantic Provinces Autism Conference. I'm doing a panel, and I have 3 amazing autistic panelists with me that we're going to be talking about autistic perspectives. And then the Precision Teaching Conference is that weekend too, here in St. Petersburg. So there's just like all this stuff happening like at the end of October, beginning of November that I'm super excited about. And then it'll just kind of end, and I'll be like, where'd all the conferences go? But that's my time. All right, Liz or Jean, do you have anything that you're looking forward to for 2021?
I can probably piggyback on yours because they're similar. So I've started my timer quickly, so I don't have to go for too long. I am super excited to go to Couch to Camp. Yeah, I'm really excited that I took the plunge and decided to do that. It'll be the first time that I am away from my son, like ever.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, pandemic, for at this point so far. I mean, I have the whole summer to try to do a little vacation away, but that'll probably be the first time. Because what better reason to abandon your child than Couch to Camp in Pennsylvania. And then I am also going to Arizona.
Yay!
Like 2 weeks later. So I'm super excited for the Defy conference, for the BCBA retreat. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about both of them. I know they're like back to back, but it'll be a lot of fun, and I think it'll be a lot of great info for both of them. And I know we said 2021, but bridging a little into 2022, we have APBA that I'm already.
Oh yeah, it's in New Orleans this year, isn't it?
Right. And sometimes a conference, they're always about the content, but sometimes they're really just about the location. And that one popped up. I feel like that was the first in real life conference that like kind of recently popped up, and a bunch of like colleagues and friends were all like, hey, who wants to do this? And we all just like booked a room, and we're like,
yeah,
we don't even care. We're all just going.
Yeah. It was so much fun when it was there a few years ago.
Right. So we're all going to go back to do that one again. That'll be great. And then Joe brought up VABA. That is going to be, I have to do the plug for VABA as a board member. And yes, go to VABA if you're in Virginia, and it's going to be in Richmond. And this year was really great. So I have anticipation that next year will be great too. So I got 4 lined up. That's a big deal. I'm so excited.
That's awesome. I also forgot to mention, I didn't get to attend because of the Buckeye Cruise, but Baba just finished this past weekend and it was amazing. I had the pleasure of like reviewing some of the presentations and whatnot. So I knew it was going to be great, but I was cruising at a hotel. Yeah, so that was awesome. I saw so many amazing posts from that. That's over with now, but
that was where did they do that live? Or
it was online, but it'll be in person next year and hopefully everyone will go. It's I think the plan is to try to have it in Detroit like they've originally tried to do. Adrian's really excited to get people to learn a little bit more about Detroit. Not that I really want to go to Michigan, but Jean, did you have any that you're excited about for 2021?
No.
Well, maybe now you do.
Well, no, because honestly, I like the remote stuff because I'll just spill. I have huge anxiety issues. So that's why I'm not going to Couch to Camp, because I can't drive there by myself, rooming with people I don't know, ending up in a social situation that I'm uncomfortable in and knowing how to get out of it. Like, these are big concerns of mine. So the virtual stuff has been just like very relaxing for me and not worrying about, oh, can I find somebody to go with? Because I can't do this on my own, but I want to go, those kind of things. And once I'm at some place, I'm okay. It's like the experience. Like, if I had met with somebody in person and I was rooming with them, I'd be fine, but it's just like the initial stuff. So that stuff is hard for people like me.
Jean, where do you live?
I live in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate you sharing that though, because there's probably other people listening that are like, yes, that's me too. So
yeah, well, and I love to talk in these social things here, as I'm getting plastered all over Facebook, are really hard. And a lot of times, like, I'll mess up my words or my thoughts. And then like afterwards, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. And then I just go on my merry way because I love Dr. Miller and she's okay. It's a judgment-free zone. So
yeah. Well, we'll definitely keep doing online things. Don't worry.
But no, I would love to go to that Couch to Camp sometime, but I don't know. I'd have to have someone from this area going with me, and to find that is hard.
Yeah, I got you. Natalie, what about you? We're talking about 2021 conferences we're excited about. Is there anything you want to share?
Yeah, Baba. And yeah, I hear you. That was Jean that was talking before. I hear you because I felt like Baba being online, I was way more social than I have ever been at any face-to-face situation in my life. But I feel like the barriers were removed. And so yeah, I feel that too. And but yeah, I just signed up for Couch to Camp. I was going back and forth on it. I was like, should I? And I was like, I'm gonna just write that off on my taxes and just go ahead and and go.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, let's do it. And so yeah, I'm glad to be able to be in a position where I can attend. And then other than that, I don't think I have anything else on my agenda. I used to have a rule that I would only go to conferences if I was presenting, but I haven't been doing presentations as much. But I think there's some like coming up, but I'm not sure, like some folks that I'm working with on a grant. I think there's a presentation coming up. Don't ask me where it is because I'm not the lead presenter. I'm just like the data analysis person.
Yeah.
But Couch to Camp and then whatever else, I'm not sure, other than like all the virtual opportunities.
That's awesome. Speaking of virtual opportunities, there's one coming up in July in about a month that I've been seeing advertised, and I think we're going to try to sponsor it. I just haven't had a chance to look at it because it came out while I was out of town. The ABA Task Force, I think it's the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Conference, and it's free, but you can pay for CEs if you want CEs. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I'll try to snag a link on it real quick and see if I can post that for you all. Have any of you seen that?
Would that fit in that requirement thing that I'm with was asking
Yeah, I
you
think
about
that's
earlier.
the one. That's one of the ones I mentioned when we were messaging, but I just didn't send you the link. So let me see if I can grab that real quick. So,
I know, and I'm gonna reach out to our local, I don't know, what do you call them? Like Mass ABA and Babbitt and stuff like that. So I belong to all those. So I'm gonna reach out to them and see if they know about this new CU requirement for Massachusetts, because first I heard about it and it's just kind of vague. So
yeah, so they have a new requirement in Massachusetts for to have anti-discrimination continuing education content. So that's awesome. But there's like no operational definitions or description of like how something qualifies for that.
Oh boy.
yeah.
It's a little trickier.
That's Massachusetts. Their state licensing board just started it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Let me add that to the list. It's like every day different folks are coming out like, oh yeah, there's this thing, there's that thing. I'm happy to hear it.
I am too, really. And it says you need 3 CEUs in anti-discrimination, but there's no description. There's no like qualifying terminology of what that is or what it looks like. And the BACB only does general ethics and supervision. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's a start, but not clear on
Right.
exactly what that means.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic, but I just don't know what they actually want us to be looking for.
That's one question I had and that we were talking about in the article review yesterday, because there's a lot of people that are coming out like, hey, you know, I'm a DEI expert. And I'm like, but are you? And like, who says, you know, like, I want to make sure that it's not just like, I could just start saying, oh yeah, well, I'm this DEI guru now, but it'd be good to know how we can evaluate the information that we're going to be receiving. Cause I want to learn more too, but I want to know some about like some credibility as well.
So I found like kind of the info I had. Natalie, thanks for sharing that one link. It wasn't that, it's not through ABAI. But I'm trying to find the actual post. Here we go. Is this it? Equity, diversity, inclusion. I guess it's part of, it is an ABAI special interest group, but it's like a whole on conference that they're doing. So here we go. I found the post.
Oh
It's,
yeah,
you
that link
register
that I
through
had was in
Eventbrite.
May.
Yeah. So I'll post the link in the chat here on Zoom, but I'll also post it on the Facebook Live. But it's it is a virtual conference and it's in July. Oh, it's July 16th, so less than a month away. And it's a whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So definitely check that out if you're into the virtual conferences. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close us out because we have just a few minutes until meetings with me. Tonight's topic for influencers and trailblazers is ACT, which should be interesting because I have a migraine and I'm not fully here right now. So hopefully some other people want to share and talk about that. And then the only other activity we have going on for the rest of this week, on Saturday, we're doing our second part of the book launch for the social justice book that was edited by Jacob and Michelle. So we'll have additional book authors sharing about their chapters and answering questions. And that's on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. Anyone can join us for that. So for Do Better Collective members, you can join on Zoom. And then for those who are not, you can watch it on our Facebook Live on Do Better Collective. And then Liz just said, WEBA is also at the end of July in real life and virtual. So that's in Nashville. I have a lot of people pushing me to try to go to that. It's going to probably be a last minute decision on whether or not I do. Because I've been saying I'm not going to travel as much. So we'll have to see if I can get a good flight and just be gone for the weekend or something. So
I really want to go, but I don't.
I know. It's like trying to balance it all now that everything's getting back in action. So, all right, everyone. Well, thanks for participating. I'll see you in about 5 minutes if you're joining us for weekly meetings with me.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.